Dun 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 dun. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. 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 Doo-doo. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Matthew Conlon. This channel is dedicated to my hobbies like comics and anime and RPGs. Today we're talking about a combination of comics and RPGs. I'm doing Adventures League legal builds for X-Men. Today we're doing Nightcrawler. I'm going to be trying to do this all in one take because my phone's about to die. That's what I record everything on because I don't have money for better equipment. So we're looking at Nightcrawler, Kurt Wagner. Race. Nightcrawler's clearly a tiefling. In the comics, his father was a demon, his mother was Mystique, so he is a tiefling. So from there we're going to go background. You can go acolyte or entertainer. When Nightcrawler first appeared, he was a circus performer, I believe, who was being compelled to steal from the homes of places the circus visited. Alternatively, you could go with acolyte because later in his career, Nightcrawler did join the priesthood of, I believe, the Catholic Church. Stats. We're going 8 strength, 15 dex, 12 constitution, 11 intelligence, 14 wisdom, and 15 charisma. Then we're going to let tiefling stat modifiers do their thing. That's going to give us a 17 charisma and a 12 intelligence. You may suspect we're going with Warlock, because we absolutely are. Level 1, we're going Warlock, and we're racing Warlock straight to 5. You've got 2 options for Warlock. 1, Hexblade. Seems a little out there for Nightcrawler. Why would he have a Hexblade patron? It could be Illyana Rasputin's soul sword, magic sister of Colossus. She ended up taking over Limbo. Later on, I think she's called Darkchild or something after she loses her soul. Maybe Nightcrawler's pacted with her soul sword out of respect for her part on the team or his relationship with Piotr, Colossus. And that's one option. The other is Fiend Pact. Fiend Pact works great. Its trappings are a little bit more fiendish than Nightcrawler, even though he is a tiefling. He's called the Fuzzy Elf because he's kind of a nice guy. Although, again, later in his career, he ends up selling his soul, and we're gonna end up going Pact of the Chain for that. I'll tell you why in a sec. Level 1, we're gonna start with the Thunderclap, Poison Spray, cantrips, and the Hex and Arms of Hadar spell. I really need some new glasses. Arms of Hadar does psychic damage, creates tendrils that come out of your body. What you may not know about Nightcrawler, I'm sure you do if you know who Nightcrawler is. He has a tail. He uses it all the time in combat, so for the time being, Arms of Hadar will be our tail. It does psychic damage. I don't care about that. It's a whippy thing that comes out of him and smacks people around for him. Sounds great to me for a tail. Thunderclap and Poison Spray. Again, if you're familiar with Nightcrawler, you know he teleports. When he teleports, he makes a loud noise. Bamf! When he teleports, he also creates a cloud of brimstone. So, hypothetically, we could have him just sort of bamfing in place and causing that cloud of brimstone to be something that poisons his opponents. I mean, that's smoke that's coming out of the hells that he teleports through. I'm fine with that. I think it works. Thunderclap, that's that loud bamfing noise. He just bamfs right in his space, creating a little bit of thunder damage for the creatures around him. The other reason I like Hexblade is because it gives you martial weapons, but that's not really too important since Nightcrawler was only ever really known for using a cutlass, and I think that's pretty much on par with a scimitar, which I think falls under simple weapons. Warlock 2. You're going 1 with Shadows for your invocations and Mask of Many Faces. Later in Nightcrawler's career, way later in his career, He ended up getting something called an image inducer. It allows him to project a hologram that makes him look like a normal guy. Mask of Many Faces really covers that base. And one with shadows. Early in his career, it's not something that really came up all that often, but the nature of his blue fur was that it would allow him to blend in with shadows, so that ability to turn invisible when he's in a dark area. Really in theme with Nightcrawler. Level 3, we finally get our Pact boon, and like I said, we're going Pact to the Chain. Pact to the Chain because after Nightcrawler sold his soul, he ended up being surrounded by these things that people just call bamfs. They look like little toddler Nightcrawlers, like Nightcrawler plushies. They're mischievous. They're kind of evil sometimes. Actually, I take that back. They're completely evil almost all of the time, but there was one that was good, and then the rest sort of stopped being evil and just started liking a lot of liquor and stealing. And they've been a fixture for a fair amount of time. So we go Imp, or Quasit if you prefer, I guess. I prefer the Imp. And that's your Bamf. And we're trading out 2 of our spells. I take that back. We're picking up our first second level spell. We're going to take Misty Step because Nightcrawler teleports. That's what we've been racing forward to. And we're going to trade out one of our other spells for Spider Climb because Nightcrawler can also stick to walls and climb like Spider-Man. Level 4, we're taking Warlock again. We're going +1 Dex, +1 Charisma. That's going to give us an 18 Charisma and a 16 Dex. Level 5, we're picking up the Relentless Hex Invocation and the Thunder Step spell. Thunder Step, another teleport, like a combination of Thunderclap and Misty Step together for the first time. Fantastic. You teleport a certain distance, you leave a bunch of thunder damage in the area behind you. That's good stuff. Relentless Hex is an invocation that allows you, when you use your Hexblade Hex feature, the Hex spell, or cast Bestow Curse with the Sign of Ill Omen invocation, it allows you to repeatedly teleport as a bonus action adjacent to the target as long as you're within 30 feet. So as long as you're within 30 feet of the target, bonus action, you teleport next to him. Standard Nightcrawler fare, a lot less expensive than Misty Stepping every time or Thunder Stepping every time. So that's really, we're starting to feel like Nightcrawler when you bonus action, throw out a Hex, and then bonus action, chase that guy with teleports every round. Level 6, we're changing it up. Now we're moving over to Monk. Monk's going to be important for getting the feel of Nightcrawler, particularly Flurry of Blows, Martial Arts, and when we take our 3rd level of Monk at level 9, we're taking Path of Shadows. At level 4 as a Monk, which is going to roll in at level 9, we're going to take +2 Wisdom. That's going to bump our AC by 1, and the save DC of our Stunning Blows, which we'll also happen to have. When we hit level 5 as a Monk, we're also going to get 2 regular attacks. That means we'll be able to make 4 attacks around if we're not using our bonus action to do something else. And when we combine that with the Hex spell, 4 attacks around is an extra 4d6 necrotic damage every round. Necrotic damage, why would we want to do that with Nightcrawler? He's such a nice guy. He sure is. But he's also a very effective combatant and also kind of lucky. So we could say that that extra necrotic damage is just lucky internal injuries that are being inflicted along with his regular blows. Level 6, important because if for some reason we don't have the Hex spell, maybe we're concentrating on some other spell, and if we don't want to be burning spell slots to Misty Step every round or Thunder Step every round, then the ability to teleport as a bonus action whenever we're in a darkened area. Classic Nightcrawler stuff. That's also going to get us our 2nd attack. Our unarmed attacks are going to be considered magical. It's just good. Levels 12 through 20, we're headed right back to Warlock, and we're taking those all the way down. At our first opportunity, we're going to take Dimension Door. At our 8th level of Warlock, which shows up at level 14, we're taking another +2 Dex. 4 levels later, level 12 as a Warlock, we're going to take another +2 Dex. That's going to get us an 18 AC overall, provided we're not using any type of magic weapons. Hopefully you can pick up some bracers of defense. Those are always really great for monks. Let's see, at our earliest opportunity, when we get 4th level warlock spells, we're taking Dimension Door. When we get 5th level warlock spells, we're taking Far Step, because if for some reason it's bright as day outside, so we can't use our monk teleport, and we don't want to use Misty Step anymore because it is a significantly weaker spell, we're taking the Far Step spell that allows us to teleport 60 feet as a bonus action with no restrictions for the duration, which is I think 1 minute concentration. So we can teleport around as a bonus action, no problem. And then finally, we'll get 1 Mystic Arcanum at 19th level, I think. And for that Mystic Arcanum, I selected Scatter. Scatter is a 6th level spell that allows you to target a bunch of enemies over there and make them teleport to different places of your choosing. You can't throw them off cliffs, to the best of my knowledge. You have to put them someplace safe. But since Nightcrawler's not supposed to be a horrible murderer, contrary to Dark Phoenix's interpretation, Fox, that's kind of in theme. But it's very much potentially an encounter ender when you teleport into a group of enemies, maybe past a wall of force or something, and then send them flying to a whole bunch of places where they can't coordinate effectively. Maybe they fall outside the range of a beneficial aura or an allied healing effect. That's just good stuff. So our final build ends up being 14 Warlock, 6 Monk, taking Path of Shadows Monk for the bonus action teleport when it's dark at no cost. We're taking Hexblade or Fiend Pact Warlock. It's really your choice. Fiend Pact gets a variety of abilities. I thought it was maybe a little too dark for Nightcrawler. Hexblade, admittedly, the level 6 ability isn't really in theme for him, but Nightcrawler's had a lot of dead allies. So that's it. Adventures League legal build for Nightcrawler. I'm going to steer clear of recommending magic items or things like that with these. I haven't done it previously. I'm going to have to re-upload my Wolverine video because I forgot to tell you it's Battlemaster Fighter. I'll figure it out. Next up will be either Colossus or Storm, or maybe even, I think I'll probably do Colossus and Thunderbird as a joint venture because they are super straightforward. So look forward to those. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day. My name's Matt Conlon. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell if you are enjoying these kinds of things and want to know when the next one's going to be out. I'm going to try and get them up a little bit faster. I'm having my cat has cancer, and so I'm very sad and having a hard time getting things done issue right now. But that'll pass when she passes. All right. Hope to see you back here next time. Thanks again.